Hey, welcome back to the homestead. I'm in the kitchen today again doing food prep. You've seen me do a lot of tomatoes and also I showed you how to dry can potatoes. Well, today I'm working on bell peppers. No, I'm really not going to can these. However, they will be used in things that I do can later. But this year, the type of peppers I grew, they're bell peppers. They're green. They're sweet, just like all the other bell peppers. But these are called macaroni peppers. They are made to stuff. A lot of people like, just the stuffed peppers. I'll show you what I'm doing to these. I just cut the end off of it. Cutting the other end off. That's got a little bad spot. Always look for bad spots whenever you're cutting up produce. I'm just cutting it down the center. This side only had one seed in it. This only had a very few seeds in there. I'm throwing all my seeds and scrap into a bowl, and that'll go down to my chickens in a little while. But the easiest way that I have found for these, I'm going to cut them in fairly large chunks, because if I do stir fries or fajitas or something like that, personally I don't like a tiny pepper, so I'm just going to cut them up. I'm throwing them in a pan, and when I get enough done to cover the bottom of the pan, I'm going to put them in a single layer in the freezer, and I'm going to flash freeze them. By that, I mean putting them in there until they're frozen solid, and then I'll take them out and I'll put them in a baggie. That way I don't have one huge clump stuck together. And whenever I want to use them for a recipe, all I have to do is just use my measuring cup, take out the right amount, and if I want them in big chunks like they're cut, like fajita size, then they're already ready to go for that. But if I want them in something where the dice needs to be smaller, all I have to do is, when they're defrosted, or even when they're frozen, bell peppers are versatile. It's just dice them up into smaller pieces. But that's the best way that I found to do these as far as freezing and for preservation. I've seen a lot of people freeze the peppers, and they'll just cut everything up, throw it in a bag, and it's just one clump. And I don't like that. But that's how that I'm going to preserve these peppers for future use. I have a pan full of peppers diced up. I have them spread out into a single layer. I'm just going to pop them in the freezer and take them back out in a couple hours whenever they're nice and frozen. Hey, yesterday I diced up some bell peppers and put them in the freezer. Like I said, I put them in a single layer and I froze them. Not that hard. A lot of people throw everything together in a big clump, but I wanted to show the way that I do it. It's so much easier. I've done this for years. I do it with onions, peppers, and it's rock hard. It's so much easier, in my opinion, trying to get a few peppers out, if you only need a few, rather than a big clump of stuck together and frozen peppers. That's what I did to preserve my peppers. Hopefully they'll all fit in this bag. Like I say, you can use them for anything. If you want fajitas, use this size. If you want them in chili or omelets then you can always just dice it up into a smaller size. I would rather go big than go too small, because you certainly don't want like a fajita with a pepper that size, or at least I don't. And we pick them up off the counter. Clean counter, not a problem. Okay, there we go. Thanks for watching.